Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Ari. On this episode, another one in the Law of One series. If one is illuminated, are not all illuminated? And this is one of the questions, why did Ra contact this group of Don, Carla, and Jim? If you're a skeptic, you think, well, why would Ra even care about us? Well, this quote could be a potential answer. And this quote's coming from Law of One, Book 1, page 70. The possibility of communication, as you would call it, from the one to the one through distortion, acceptable for meaning, is the reason we contacted this group. There are few who will grasp, without significant distortion, that which we communicate through this connection with the mind-body-spirit complex. However, if it be your desire to share our communications with others, we have the distortion towards a perception that this would be most helpful in regularizing and crystallizing your own patterns of vibration upon the levels of experience which you call the life. If one is illuminated, are not all illuminated? Therefore, we are oriented towards speaking for you in whatever supply of speakingness you may desire. To teach/learn is the law of one in one of its most elementary distortions. Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thought to ponder. If one is illuminated, are not all illuminated? Because what we are all is one. And they talk about communication from the one to the one. So Ra isn't something that is separate from us in extraterrestrial organization or sixth density memory complex, whatever you want to call them. They're not any separate from us. They're communicating through us through distortion. That's all it is. The distortion, the illusion that we think that we are separate. And this is really in line from what we were talking about in the previous episode called Your Consciousness Raising Efforts, is that your consciousness raising efforts really do make an impact on others because the quote-unquote others are really just you. We can't tell this because of the distortion, because of the illusion, because of our belief in separation. But if you are illuminated, then all must be illuminated because you are all is you, all is one. And that's one reason why Ra contacted this group. Ra wanted to help illuminate others. Ra wanted to help just illuminate one person or everybody so everybody could become illuminated. And they also wanted to share their message, share the law of one through distortion that's acceptable to help this message spread. And this information in the law of one text has distortion, but not a lot, because in these texts, they're literally sharing the entire transcripts of these conversations, with some stuff left out for personal reasons, but not anything that is important information. And few people will really be able to understand the raw material, the law of one material, without significant distortion. The significant distortion is going to change the meaning of Ra's intended message because somebody is going to use the information for their own personal gain instead of trying to help other people. And this quote, part of the quote, when Ra says, perception that this would be the most helpful in regularizing and crystallizing your own patterns of vibration upon the levels of experience which you call the life. I think this is super important. I'm going to share it again. Perception that this would be the most helpful in regularizing and crystallizing your own patterns of vibration upon the levels of experience which you call the life. There's so much to unpack in this quote. I didn't really understand what this meant at first. I still may not, but I think I'm slowly gaining a deeper understanding of this material. We are not static solid beings. We are beings of energy, beings of vibration. This is kind of hard to picture because we think of ourselves as solid, but we are basically beings of vibration, of energy that's always spiraling, always circling in patterns. And when you are raising your vibration, you are raising your frequency. You're raising the frequency at which you vibrate. You are raising your vibration. You are raising your consciousness. Everyone has patterns of vibration. Think about this such as habitual actions, habits. Habits are patterns of actions, which beneath the actual actions are the patterns of vibration, the patterns of energy, the patterns of frequency, the patterns of consciousness. And these habitual actions are probably going to keep you in the same state of vibration that you're in now. So if you have habits that are low consciousness habits, such as eating junk food or drinking alcohol, doing drugs, those are going to keep you in a low pattern of vibration. And our goal through this text, what Ra says, one of them is to regularize and crystallize our own patterns of vibration, ideally towards a high vibration, ideally towards oneness and unity. And practicing high vibration actions such as meditation, contemplation, introspection, learning and teaching, spreading light and love, those are ways that I'm trying to embody this. And these are ways that I'm trying to really help to regularize, that's a mouthful, regularize and crystallize my own patterns of vibration to help illuminate myself, because I know that if I can help to illuminate myself as a star of love, as a being of light and love, I can help to really spread that light, spread that love onto others, so others can become illuminated and then help to illuminate others into who we truly are as stars of love, as beings of infinite light and love.